Hello, Cosmic Explorers, and welcome to your Friday night tune-up. I'm your
Welcome, everyone.
co-creator. Well, you guys know us already by now, right? I'm Hillis.
Who are you?
Who am I?
Who are you today?
Today I am who I need to be.
Exactly. Every day we get to play a different role.
I wish
And
that
it
was really true. Well, actually, it
it is
probably
true.
is. Yeah.
Every day we open up into a new world and we can be who we want to be and open to that energy of creating whatever we want to do.
This is so very true. So very true. And I'm happy to have connected with each and every single one of you um, today. And there's a lot happening. I mean, this week we have the solstice energy. I missed it this morning.
What did you miss?
The planet alignment, it was visible best this morning.
Oh, I was sleeping.
I know, but I was up. I was awake. And I boop, missed it. But there's a lot of energies going on in me. You have the planetary alignment, solstice energy, um, me getting tons of downloads, all this stuff just happening. But today something really monumental happened, and I know that that's been on your uh, brain in your energy field. So what was that? What was you want to express today?
Oh, what? Oh, you're talking to me. I thought you were
Yeah.
talking to all the audience.
No, no, no.
Oh,
You.
no, just here in the States, the overturment. And I'm not going to even go into what it is because everybody out there knows what I'm talking about. And it was interesting because I woke up this morning and I had no clue, what had happened, or what was decided today. And I got a huge download, which I'm still digesting. So I'm not going to go into what I was received this morning of what I need to step into personally for my own journey and path. And I'll share that later as it unfolds. And actually, I learn how to kind of navigate what was I was asked to step into. But however, in saying that, first I want to say hi to everyone joining us this evening. Welcome everyone tuning in. And in saying that, it's just kind of like this up levelment is happening all over the place. And this was kind of like, I talk about the fuckery all the time. And this was just like the slam damity dam of all the fuckery that, a big, huge thing that we're dealing with in our society. And I started to go in and read some comments of what people are saying. I just realized all the division and what is happening all around this, and how people are taking different sides, and how people are bringing it the male and female. And there's this huge separation, which is what is happening in the world right now. We are separating from that density of the 3D into the 5D, where what world do you want to live in, kind of thing. And the energies, what I was swirling around this is how we have to stand up, and not be pulled back into all that at another level, because it's not about what was said, it's about that control. And what it was, that was, and I don't want to get into that, what it was, but look at it. Were we really in control anyway? It is just part of all the fuckery that we've been living with, that we are not in control. And it's time to stand up in our own hearts, to step more and up level into that space of love and compassion on this planet, to not allow ourselves be dragged back into this, and knowing that this is part of our evolution. And a lot of people were saying, oh, we've taken, going back in time. But when we do what happens when, just think about it, those had been on a path and a journey of clearing themselves and cleansing yourself, what do we all do? We want to go into the past in order to find the core root of where things began, so we can unravel, unroll, and regroup and become anew.
Yeah.
So this situation that happened today is kind of that. We are going to the past in a lot of things, so we can look at, review, unravel, and grow, and bring the consciousness in at a different level. And so I just want everybody just to kind of, I just wanted to kind of bring that energy in, and from the higher point of view, um, to do the best you can to not get yourself dragged into, because that's what the densities want you to do, drag back into, because we're in that teeter totter, we're in the void right now, we're in that in between places, of everything being recreated. So that's kind of how I felt around that. And there was more, but I don't feel I need to express that right now. How about you, Hillis? I know you were going with some things on a level with that and other things as well this week. Yeah, with the your friend with the Facebook thing. That was funny. By the
Yeah,
way.
we're not going to talk about that, but
Okay.
I want to mention what you talk about, because it's interesting, because as we do the work that we do, we often talk about going back into the past, but isn't the past now also? Isn't
Exactly.
Yeah, it's being in the moment to truly see what's going on. So the present, the past, as we call it, is the review of our life in
Hmm.
slow motion.
Hmm.
It's the mental imagery, the mental picture of what has transpired, so that way we can really understand what has occurred. And it
Exactly.
and it just, from that moment, it expands out into other moments, which is the infinite now, as I like to call it. And so it's interesting, because as we address that, I want to move into you know my personal experience that has been occurring over the past week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and how the lack mentality of what has been materialized on the planet, and how it has affected each and every one of us on different levels. Okay. There's this mindset that we always have to step into something to overcome, that we always have to get over something, or that we have to do what we need to do. And, growing up, in a middle class family, you see this all the time. Where people have to do what they have to do, whether they have to work one job or two jobs, or everybody in the house is working just to make ends meet, to make this contribution. But it's all about living in survival mode. I mean, it's in that place of, okay, I got to do this to survive. I got to do this to survive. And the experience of my Facebook account has allowed me to see that majority of the planet is living in survival mode. That people are doing what they have to do, or what they feel they have to do to survive, to make it through, to get what they need to live a life. And yeah, I was upset. I was mad that this happened to me, but I am learning so much from a different perspective. I mean, granted, I was on the inside for a long time, seeing this. And so now this experience has afforded me to be on the outside, to see this from a different point of view. And I'm not feeling sympathy for anyone in this, least of all myself, or sympathy for those who are in this space of survival, in this space of lack mentality. It just it's just sad sometimes, to see that we have, this abundance everywhere, but the people don't have the means that they have to basically get through or make it through the next day, if that's the case. And so it's just interesting to see how this dynamic is really turning up, because there's a lot of hurt energy, a lot of angry energy, a lot of misplaced energy. And when we misplace energy, it's always often misdirected to those who are least to blame. And so I just find it all fascinating, and how this is all coming up now.
It is, and what you're saying around that, it's all the conditioning we have been taught as society of lack, you know,
Yeah.
in
And fear.
fear and control, and surrendering to all that, and not being taught to live from a place of gratitude and love.
Yeah.
And as I said, that's rabbit. And also right now, I'm really noticing at a whole nother level how I'm just going to say, I invite everyone to look at themselves and how they interact with others. In that we need to stand up as a society to not allow others to drag us into their stories anymore, into their world anymore,
Yeah.
to have the honor of ourselves. It's like, I've noticed a lot of times we honor, stepping into honor. Let me take a breath here because I got so much going on at one time. I just want to get this right. It's all coming in at once in so many different levels. I'm just like, whoa, I'm like in the multi-universe here around it right now of what I wanted to express this evening. That is so very important in that, we have to honor ourselves and move into self-love at a whole nother level. And that's what we're required to do right now in order to move forward in the expansion of our consciousness and the expansion of this world, to step out of, as you say, the lack mentality, the fear mentality, and move ourselves into that space of gratitude, love, and abundance and expansion. And we have everything inside of us to do that. It's just, as I said, unraveling everything. And in saying that, learning to honor ourselves and also learning to honor others as well, in that um holding a space. I won't say holding the space word,
You
Hillis.
can
I want
say
you to
honor.
honor honor others in that they are not really listening. There's so many people out there from where vibe that they don't listen and they don't hear. And in honoring that, to stand up for ourselves in another way. If somebody so and I do this myself sometimes, if you call someone and you have something going on and you just start rattling out what your story is or what's on around that, and you don't take time to think of who you we have to take responsibility for how we interact with others, and
Oh
saying,
yeah.
asking, huh?
I said, oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's at a whole nother level, of saying, if you call someone, to know and ask permission. Do you have time to listen to what's unraveling in front, instead of just going into it and not honoring their space? When we want to let go or unravel things with other people, to have that space within ourselves and to honor ourselves, to honor the other person as well. Does that make sense, or am I losing it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, as my teacher sometimes referred to it as energy dumping.
Yeah, yes, yes. And it's at a whole nother level, and it's just standing in that, we kind of get caught up in, especially close friends and stuff, of just going off instead of saying, oh my gosh, I've got to honor myself here, and I have to
Yeah.
honor
It's
the other
all.
person when you're giving your stuff to someone else.
Yeah. I mean, because that's one thing that I learned, uh, that I do my best not to energy dump, and just to signify there's a difference between what Rebecca is talking about, which is energy dumping, and then what we call venting.
Mhm.
There's a slight difference between the two. And energy dumping is what Rebecca just talked about, is where you just flying off the handle, you just spewing out what needs to be spewed out to whoever will listen. And venting, in my thought, is energy that you sit with, that you have to understand you process first, and it has nowhere else to go. And so you call up someone or you talk to someone, whether if it's, best friend or source energy, creator guys, whomever, and it's like, hey, I need to get this off my chest. I need to vent. Or you write it down and burn it. There's different ways to vent the energy, to let it go, to be free from your energetic field. But the key here is to allow yourself to sit with it for a moment before you go flying off the handle, because that's just irresponsible. And in today's transformation, you have to allow yourself to be responsible for that energy, because doing what Rebecca and I, what we do, there's often misplaced energy, and
Mhm.
this energy can lead to misblame, or it can just lead to just energy dumping and spewing and imprinting that onto someone else, and then they get caught up in it and what you're talking about, and so it just creates this spiral energy of you
Exactly.
two just dancing around in this chaotic energy, as opposed to venting, which is more controlled. When you allow yourself to vent in a responsible way, whether you write it down, then burn a piece of paper, or talk to your guides, or if you have a close confidant you could talk to, you have to sit with it first so you can understand what it is. And once you understand it, you can control the energy that's flowing. And so, yeah, I mean, just be responsible, people. It's energy.
Yeah, and I just wanted to bring that up, and, I had to look at that myself because I had a situation today, and I just, like, that's just why it zapped in. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I do that sometimes," not and so I have to be more mindful, and I'm like, "Okay." And, we all do that, and so I just thought that just needed to be brought to attention this evening, as something to be mindful about in, the world that's happening nowadays. And, and also on that level of just, when you express with others, I always love this. I learned this a long time ago, asking, have that friend, you know, and asking, can I just vent? Do you want an answer? Kind of laying out the ground rules of the conversation of, do you want me to respond back, or you just want me to listen, and kind of like really start to communicate with people at another level of what they can hold, because people are just holding so much energy right now and all over the place with everything going on the planet right now. So honor yourself and honor others by being more mindful of your awareness interacting with others.
You brought up something interesting, and then I want to talk about briefly here. Then maybe we can move into story time. Yeah.
Journey.
Uh, um. So yesterday I was doing this interview, and there was part of me that was really angry because this person was 45 minutes late to interview me. No respect for my time, none of that. I got really angry, and I'm like, I'm so mad, and why is this person so late? And so I moved past all of that, had an amazing conversation about light language, and I'll share the interview once it's available on my YouTube channel and wherever else I can share it. But the interesting part about this conversation was that if we all had access to our abilities, telepathy being one, and I want to ask you this, and maybe you'll see what you think, Rebecca, and maybe to those who are watching,
Yeah.
if we have the ability of telepathy, do you think that there would be so much stuff that would be still hidden and going on in the present world? And my short answer was no, but you have to watch the interview to get my full response to that. But it's just in that space to where you allow yourself to be open, right? So what do you? I mean, I want to hear what you think about that.
About tele
But about
telepathy.
if we had telepathy, and if we can really read each other's thoughts with permission, obviously, do you think that we would still be in such a mess because everything is so well hidden? But with that ability, things will be revealed.
I think either with telepathy, there'll still be a level where people can hide the truth of who they are.
Okay.
Uh, because we're multidimensional and multi-unit, that there's always that energy. We can stop and block energy from though, and right away when it first starts to happen. But I just, we'll condition our minds. I think it's something until we can open and truly surrender and open our hearts and be in a place of vulnerability. I think there's a possibility that people could manipulate even.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it comes with time with anything else. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good point. And I guess, I'll say that because, I'm a very trusting individual. I have no reason to hold or withhold or to lie about anything. And so I just feel that, I guess, and I guess that's an important part of it too. Your people's responses are always based on their own personal experiences, you
Exactly.
know? So
And
yeah.
that's what I was getting at earlier is, when giving people a break right now is just when people get you where you might get into their stories or whatever, just remember, you don't
Mhm.
know what they're picking up on in that moment. You don't know what their story was. You don't know what they've been triggered by that they're responding to you.
Yeah, exactly.
So the best way right now is to kind of just start to listen more and not have to always have an answer back. To just be silent when you feel that and just hold and just send love and just allow them to be in that space and know it doesn't affect you, that you were just a witness of it.
Be neutral.
Switzerland.
And with that, I think it's time for story time. What do you think?
One of the cards that came out tonight was the storyteller.
Oh, someone's really excited.
I know, I know. I pulled the cards earlier right before we got on to step into it.
Oh, so somebody's ready. I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm ready. You ready? I'm
I'm
ready.
ready. I like these. And let me know how you like me. I'm doing these little things. They're kind of they're fun. I'm just kind of going with it, expanding what it is. But yeah, let me I where did I put all my piles of stuff? I'm a piler. Hold on, let me move
Yes,
this.
you just pile on with everything. I know. I know.
Well, I have a little area here where I am right now, so I don't have room to spread my stuff out. And I can't put it on my computer because you know what happens.
I know.
But
Echo. Echo. Echo.
echo, 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 echo. Let go of the echo and open to
Yeah.
you. Anyhow, whoa, ooh, ooh. Mm. Okay, peoples. Whew. Okay, is everybody ready to journey in a little story of the energy of what is happening, what we're going to move into, where we need to go, and what we need to do? And this is open, so you can listen to it now or in the future. So it's just kind of using oracle cards in a different way of just telling a story. So you ready? Hillis is ready. Do you want me to make
Everyone
Hillis?
is ready.
Yeah. So here's tonight's story, and a grand one it is. That we are venturing out to new waters and new worlds. So everybody, right now, I'd just like you, unless you're driving a car, just take a deep breath and get settled in, and allow yourself to anchor into where you are, wherever you might be at this time. And I just want everybody just to take a deep breath in and just release all the worries of the day from your head to your toes, from your skin to your bones. Just releasing yourself and allowing yourself to move into a state as you listen to the story this evening, allowing everything to move into and throughout your body as it relates to you. Some might not. This is just an open thing. So tonight's story begins as we're moving into new seasons, we're moving into a new cycle. The natural law and divine order is changing. The divine matrix is changing. Everything is opening up. There's glitches everywhere. Everything's unfolding. We must open our eyes in this time to listen in a new way, to be in a new way, to think in a new way through the heart, not the mind, and allow the heart to be the guide as the grand symphony is about to begin of opening up into a new world of beginnings, a new world of oldness falling apart, a new world of crumbling, walking through new doors, and just settling in and surrendering to the moment that it is what it is in this moment. And the only thing you could do is stand in the best of you and align to the best of you. That we are in uncharted area right now. We are in uncharted seas. We are starting a new story within ourselves, within our heart, within our beingness, opening up and expanding out to everyone on this planet. It is time to take a stand to know it's not all me, it's we. We are in this together, navigating this new course, this new opening, moving out of the stagnation that we once have been as a whirlwind, as just the holding of this stagnating place of that twister churning that we've been stuck in for millennia, for centuries, for time past, from the beginning of time where there is no time. There's only one continuum of opening up and expansion of all that is, expanding out to all that is. And that is what is happening right now, my dear ones. That is what is happening. We are expanding out to a new way, moving out of the stagnation. But however, things must crumble while we do that. And that is what is happening. So stand strong, be strong, have radical acceptance of who you are, surrendering to the situation of whatever it might be in the time and space, and allow yourself to listen around, to listen at a whole nother level of the signs that are out there, of the openings that are happening, of the magic that is truly there once you can stand in and see it. Things are glitching, things are falling apart, things are unopening, but also everything right now is blossoming into a new way, into a new way of being, into a new way of thinking, into a new way of being in our hearts around what we do and how we treat others, and opening up to that space to give people permission to be the best they can possibly be, of letting go of the judgment that we allowed everyone to have, of judging everything down to the minute thing that we hold on to. It's time to let go and surrender and stop anchoring ourselves into the past of what was that no longer works anymore. The energies of everything is moving up, the surrendering, the open, and the new story has begun. So I ask everyone listening now or in the future, what story do you wish to create now? And what story do you wish to step into? And that is the story you bring in your heart and you allow to grow. And you do not allow anyone else to take you off that course of pulling you back to where you were. Because now is the time we all needs to stand up and love the radical, beautiful person we all are, and have the acceptance of who we are in the uniqueness of who each of us are in the creation of all together as a we. So now take a deep breath in, and thank you for joining us this evening for this journey into the expansion
Story
of you.
time. Story time. Thank you for that, Rebecca. It is amazing.
Well, thank you.
I love the story time. I mean, and I get stuff from it. So much stuff.
That's what it is, to open up to the energies, and whatever comes through me, allow the energy to guide you.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah.
exactly. And so now it's time for the tuna.
And guess who's doing the tune up tonight?
um, uh, me.
Did I do that the right way? Or
Yeah,
is that
that way. That
okay?
way. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Up,
I
down,
guess.
left, right. Um,
Woo!
and so as you know, I've been getting a lot of downloads. Well, I'm going to stop saying that. I'm going to start saying I've been receiving a lot of information.
Been receiving the expansion of the truth
Yeah,
of you
yes, exactly.
and
Downloads,
who
that's
you are.
passe. Downloads are passe. It's old news. But yeah, it's been in the space of allowing to let go. And this one is going to be really beautiful and interesting. And tonight is brought tonight's tune up is brought to you by this lovely guy. So as we do tonight's tune up, oh well, it looks orange on screen. It's actually yellow, the center, the triangle.
It looks like the color of my wall.
Yeah, it does, but it's actually like a yellow. And then this guy may come in later, but this is our focal point. So if you guys can focus when I suggest when you close your eyes to have this image. That's why it's on screen so long. To in your mind's eye as we um, step into that space. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, unless you're driving in this infinite now moment, just allow yourself to close your eyes. And in this moment, as you close your eyes, just think of what it is that you wish, desire to be free from your thoughts, your being, your cells, your energetic fields, whatever it is that is on your mind that is weighing heavy with you. And allow that to come up for you to fully feel and embrace what this is for you. As I begin now to open the energies, the portal energies for this energy to come through, we go Ki Hito Oshimasi. Allowing this nameless light, creator's light, Sophia's love energies to open and flow through us. We begin now to clear these infinite energies with this light, with the support of loved ones and guides as we connect to the We Chi Mu energy. The We Chi Mu energy to clear, to let go, to release, to be free and clear of all that we no longer wish to have in our energetic fields, as this energy is of the air, of the dragons, of the creator, of the earth, as these energies assist us. And finally, clearing and letting go. We Chi Mu. And just feel this energy of white light energy surrounding you in your energetic space, clearing out the old, clearing out what you no longer wish to keep. As we move into the energy to spark more, to be more, as we allow for the creator's energy, this newness of creation, this new source of light to enter, as we bring in the Merkarasi, El Sira Nubi, Ka El Ja'ara Ba, Om Ka Sai Mura, as we bring in these creators' energies through this portal of light, this gateway of energy as you surrender to the newness of your path and of your journey, as this new season of life, this blossoming has begun for you to step into the energy and the power of your soul, the energy and power that is you. Allowing the God, creator energy to emerge from you, through you, and to touch others on that path and journey so that you may serve them the way that you have been served, so that you may guide them the way you have been guided, so you may assist them the way that you have been assisted, that you may be the light for others, what others would have liked for you. Bringing all energies back into alignment and balance. Murasa. 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 And now closing the energies, the portals of this space. We go Kito Oshimasi. And everyone just begin to take a nice big deep breath and open your eyes wherever you are.
Thank you. Ooh.
Tinkly.
I was traveling.
I know it's
Very
the
expansive
beauty.
energy.
The beauty of this moment is infinite. Know that you carry this light within you and always.
Mm-hmm.
Know that this is just, as we like to say, a tune-up. But this tune-up is infinite energy that you can access through your awareness, through your being, to know that is always present and here for you. When you ask, and then permission is granted.
Exactly.
And thank you everyone for allowing this moment to be birthed. And speaking of new seasons, new beginnings, and birthing something new, don't you have something new, Rebecca?
Oh, yes, I do. So I finally figured out Redbubble. So I have, so you can find me. I did sign up under Renuvinate. So, and Rebecca Gregory, but I have my Untrick Yourself from the Fuckery shirt is out there and other items as well, stickers, all kinds of stuff's on there. And then also there's another thing I posted as well, and made some stuff out of that as well. So if you like to get your Untrick Yourself from the Fuckery shirt, you can go to Redbubble and find me at Renuvinate, or you could just type in Untrick and it'll take you right to it. And then I think it takes you to the sticker, and then you can go through and find if you know what kind of product,
Yeah.
mug or whatever. Because it's kind of a movement. We're moving
Yeah.
into, this is what we're moving into, to untrick ourselves from the fuckery.
Yes. And you can definitely, find Rebecca doing all wonderful things now.
And that shop too, I just got it started, so I probably still need to tweak some things, and also I'll probably be uploading some of my artwork and things like that on it. So look, just if you could follow me, click follow and share, it'd be awesome, and go from there.
Awesome. And
Always
everyone,
a journey with me.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. And everyone, to our loyal watchers, thank you
Yes.
for sharing this episode with your friends, family. Thank you for downloading this episode. Thank you for supporting us in new and beautiful ways, as our time is your time, as we value that. And if you feel that this episode was a great value to you, please click on the link in the description to offer your donation, because your donation helps us keep the show going. So with
Yes.
that, everyone, we appreciate you so much.
Like and
And
subscribe too as well.
oh yeah, and
If
like and
not,
subscribe. You
just
gotta
share
like
it
and
with
subscribe and get
everybody else.
notifications. Yeah.
I also wanted to let everyone know, if you'd be interested in your own cosmic tune up by me, in my own process that I do. I be the change in you.com. You can book a time, and I'd love to do a session with you. So I'm opening up to expand that out at a whole nother level. So I just needed to mention that tonight.
I was looking for the link. There it is. Be the change in you. That's where you guys find Rebecca. So go find her now.
I'm everywhere.
Yes, and everywhere. And
I'm like the
until
great mystery. You never know where I'll be.
exactly. And until next week, everyone, keep on exploring.
And don't limit yourself, create yourself. Be the change in you. Mwah. Love you all.
Till next week.
Till next week. Thank you.